May I now request our Honorable Chairman, sir, to present the welcome address. Sir, please.
Good morning, children. Are you all ready for this business model competition? How many expect to win? How many sincerely expect to win? Good. So, good morning. With this, are you going to win? Good morning. Achha, now, whose voice I will be able to hear, probably that person will win. Right, let's see. Good morning. Good. So there is probability of many of you winning. Respected chief guest of the business model competition, the entrepreneurship competition, Sri Sanjay Singh, Managing Director of the Premier Industrial Development Corporation of Odisha, as well as Chief Executive of OCAC. So these are the two vehicles through which industry, innovation, entrepreneurship and technology is moving in the state. So there could not have been a better person to be our chief guest than Sri Singh, who heads these two departments which can bring a change into Odisha. So give a big hand to him for agreeing to be our chief guest. And as the big hand is to be given to him, should not be in the normal way of clapping, it should be in the clap of happiness. Thank you. Children, all these days you must be listening on the national policy, the Niti Aayog, our Prime Minister, moving the idea of innovation and entrepreneurship. You must have heard the new buzzwords like startup, stand-up, accelerator, and as commerce students, you must be also going through all these, and you should go through all this. But why? Why suddenly India is waking up to this call? And I'll tell you in whatever little time I have, the main idea of the commerce, the entrepreneurship lab of our school. Why did I think of that commerce will be a prime sector in science and school, as well as the entrepreneurship being a prime driver? See, if you see the developed nations, say take the example of United States of America, the contribution of agriculture to the GDP of United States is around 2 to 3%. That means the service sector and the industrial sector contribute to about 98% of GDP of United States. If you take the world average of agriculture contribution to GDP, it's around 6.1%. Unfortunately, if you see the underdeveloped or the developing nations, take the example of India, the contribution of agriculture to national GDP is around 16 to 17%. Worse than that is almost 60% of our economy is dependent on agriculture, and that too core agriculture which is non-mechanized. That means we depend on rain, monsoon, and there is no value addition, no mechanization to agriculture. It is just raw produce, either consumed in India or processed or exported as raw materials to other countries to process and distribute in the entire world, including India. So that means our raw material goes to other countries, gets processed, the value addition happens, and it comes back to India. So we do all the hard work, but get a very little amount in monetary terms, in monetization. But the other nations take them, value add them, market them, packaging in a very, very affluent way, which Europeans and Americans are experts, and it comes back. The other factor is, which you should all remember, like again the example of United States. United States has just two class of people. Either they are employers or employees. And if you see the gross total or the demography of the population, around 10 to 15% of American population are employers and 85% employees. In India, if you take out the 60% who are primarily dependent on agriculture or marginal farmers below poverty line, out of the balance 40%, which contribute whatever possible to the GDP, almost 97% are employees, only 3 to 4% are employers. So in order to develop India to be a developed nation, and as we know, we are going to have more than 50% of the world population below the age of 35, we have to imbibe the spirit of entrepreneurship. And India can only change if we have more and more entrepreneurs, there are more and more of employers. Then what was my typical ambition of creating the entrepreneurship cell of Science School and all these business model and imbibing the spirit of entrepreneurship at this young age is to put this seed of entrepreneurship in you, in the young mind as on date, so that when you grow up, you always grow up that someday I will become entrepreneurs. See, my calculation is, if we have about 200 students in commerce, and if 10% of these students, so 20 to 40 children of the commerce stream become entrepreneurs, and each of them can create a job of at least 10 persons, then year on year we are going to, say 10 years from now, each year Sai International School students will create in Orissa at least 400 jobs. And a minimum investment, say of about 5 to 10 crores, minimum Sai International students will have investment of at least 2 to 300 crores with 400 jobs created every year. And this may be minuscule, but this will be a starting point which Sai International can contribute to the development of Orissa and India. This is my simple mission and ambition, and I am keeping a track from our first batch. You'll be happy to know, already from our first batch, 3 students have become entrepreneurs. One has already started a startup, doing very well. The other boy is already taken his business, which was around 200 crores, to the next level with innovation to about 300 crores. He has already become a chartered accountant, and I am, as I said, I am tracking all our students whom I see have the potential of being entrepreneurs or being leaders in the society. And we will create a reservoir where we'll put all these children, maybe another, I am just waiting for another 3-4 years when I'll start putting all this information for all of you, because I don't want to give examples of Bill Gates, examples of Narayan Murthy, examples of Sachin Bansal, Binny Bansal. I want to give examples of Sai International School students who have brought in change and who can be our role models. This is my simple way of looking at our students, and I see the future leaders in my seniors, and I am confident you will do that. With these words, let's listen to Sri Sanjay Singh, who is taken the responsibility, bestowed upon the responsibility from our Honorable Chief Minister as well as the Government of Orissa to bring in entrepreneurship, industrialization, intervention in technology, startups, venture into Orissa, and see Orissa as a leading state. People will only come to you or select you or buy your idea if there is some newness. Right? Otherwise, you are becoming another competitor to the existing business. So find out what is new in your project and keep your chart always there. Like some of you have displayed your chart, many of you have not. Second, you have to have a very well-drafted synopsis of your project. Many of you did not have the synopsis of the project. So that makes your preparedness, and how the synopsis will be, I have already explained to you many times in the, classes. It has been told, there should be introduction, there should be a preamble, it should have some minimum chapters which talks about your project, the viability, the economics. So how much of thinking has gone into it? Your model should be very interesting. You have to devote time in your model. It's not like, putting something and you are trying to explain something and your model speaks something else. So your model should be absolutely in sync with what you are going to explain. And your model should highlight all the USPs you are talking about. But each one of you is a winner because you have participated. I congratulate each one of you because each one of you participated, each one of you have put your heart into your project, into the model, and that shows the spirit. All the best and God bless you.